Okay, so we're gonna finish out 39 now. We'll watch Poland fall, most likely. Warsaw is getting surrounded. Trade interdiction, submarine doctrines finished, so I don't think we'll be using those again. And it looks like we'll be able to start our earlier kind of stuff here. Might get radar just cause. In real life, the Soviet Union didn't have radar. They had researched it. It was within their capabilities, but they just opted not to have it. Alright, so Germany has annexed Poland. So now you see this is the situation that could have arisen, and this is not what the Soviet Union wanted, so Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, demand Eastern Poland, and there we go. So we've pushed the German border back a bit, given us a nice little river to deal with, and liberated Khrushchev's parents. We get another option that didn't happen immediately after the annexation of Poland. Basically, Stalin asked Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania if they could have military bases there, and threatened them if they didn't allow that. In the past, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania had been Russian republics under the Tsar, but they gained their independence as a result of the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk that ended Russian involvement in World War I. And so they basically just snatched up those republics, and you can do that in the game as well. And you deliver an ultimatum to the eastern states. So they're blah blah blah. Soviets would get control of Latvia, blah blah blah. The 15th of June ultimatum was delivered, and they pretty much just dealt with it that way. So we've now annexed all the Baltic states, and now we have quite a big buffer border with Germany. So once our troops get set, we'll start setting up the defense of our country there. And I finally get to put these air bases down. And that gives us the Gulf of Finland effect, so we get a sizable resource increase and a leadership modifier. So that's a strategic effect that you get that's pretty handy for my purposes. So we'll continue to rush forward our industry techs here, and that's way too high, so down you go. There we go. So now we've got our properly assigned IC here. Just gonna keep pumping out officers with our leftover bits. The reason I needed to wait for the airbase stuff to... The reason I was waiting on the airbase stuff to happen is because I needed to see if I was gonna put the units in the swamp. You can't be doing that. That would be very bad. So we got here this situation with the airplanes. I guess we're producing enough stuff. That doesn't really upset me all that much. We're gonna have to eventually shift. Yeah, we won't be able to build that strategic bomber. And once all those tanks finish, we'll be good to go. I need to start just pounding infantry production. We have a rather large border to guard here. So it's going to be a little bit like the older years, where we do a lot of waiting for things to happen. That'll go into industry. Mechanical computing machines, pretty good. Apparently we got a little bit more research too, even still. Okay. I believe, okay, we had these guys left over, so we're gonna assign them to eastern cities, all except for one. And Lvov, which is today part of Ukraine. I think that's all the garrison units we got, yep. So, and we're going to move the Baltic fleet a little bit closer to Tallinn. Okay. Which is historically what they did. You could also put, they also wanted to put some naval units down here. No, in Lipaia, but it turned out not to be a very good idea. That put them way too close, and the infrastructure there wasn't enough to support a massive massive naval base, so they had to pretty much leave everything there. Central Planning Advance. That's the one that was taken forever. So those will be the units. My goal is to have like a heavy tank and a garrison unit in every urban area except Brest-Litovsk. Because it's hard. Brest-Litovsk is hard to get out of. And Germany has conquered Denmark while I wasn't looking. Not an unusual course for them. But we can see Germany's progress. The next target of aggression will probably be Norway. We'll just see how the invasion is carried out. Because a lot of the time they'll invade through Trondheim, and that's pretty weird considering they can just skip and hop over, but those invasions are kind of hard, I guess. And it also informs us that the non-aggression pact with Germany may be broken soon. But I don't believe they'll do that because they've got France over here. I have seen them do it before though, so gotta be a little bit careful. That's why I'm not moving all of my troops up to the border, because that'll give me more time to react while they're in the buffer, which is like the whole point of it. So you can see, militarily at least, why they did what they did, the Soviets. After the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact was signed, although it may not be the most moral thing to do, considering they just willy-nilly took away countries. Particularly the Baltic states has very little justification. Okay, large bomb. Like I said, these military techs are going to speed up quite a bit as a result of actually having fought in combat, because that gives you a bonus to the research of the thing. So we'll be finishing our Air Force production, which we began so long ago. So that's kind of neat. Let's see how far along we are. So you can get strategic effects for doing different stuff. Veteran, we don't need, great is going to be where we are. So we built 50 air units, and we're close to getting Grand Army too, which would be helpful. Large front advance. Those are just regular old tank divisions. So There you go. Continuing to build lots of airplanes. Some of these guys are going to have to go so that we can... I need land armies now, frankly. There we go. So, just pushing those guys out the door. And we're even making money and supplies, sorta, kinda. Okay, so we've finished up all that. We have all the industry techs going that I would like. Looks like it. Okay, so now we're gonna get these little bonus doctrines. Or never mind. Okay, so there we go. There's a bonus doctrine. Superior firepower is going to make our division's construction quite a bit better. Or at least a little more fancy. Advanced aero engine. Okay. And so we're just going to get these bonus techs real quick here. And now we're into the year of 1940, where things are going to get pretty crazy. Nope, still no incursion into Norway. Orange and airframe is done. Okay. And we'll just keep getting these handy little things. Combat reinforcement chance, pretty nice. And no, I still haven't got anything here. So Reichkov actually got shot. Alkistis got shot in 37. Laktianov a little bit later. Reichkov got killed right before the war started because a German plane was flying over the Soviet Union on a spy mission, and it had mechanical trouble and made an emergency landing in Moscow, and nobody knew about it. Like, no military people knew that there was a German plane in the air landing on Moscow. Which is kind of a problem, because that means they could have just bombed Moscow into oblivion, and nobody would have seen it coming. And that's kind of the Air Force's job. So Reichkov paid for that. Okay, now I'm gonna throw some of these out here because I need our air bases to be upgraded. And I need air bases in better spots too. Yeah, that's a really crappy spot, actually. Okay. Oh yeah, I put that there. Oh well. Such is life. We might need that to be an airbase too. Okay, there we go. So that should do us for initial airbase preparation. Maybe stick one up here too. And we're just plodding along. 1940 was a year of like breakneck production for the Soviet Union. And we're going to watch real careful to see how Germany invades. They can sometimes try to cross through Switzerland, which is pretty interesting to say the least. And they'll also occasionally go for Great Britain. Or the UK, whichever you prefer to call it. They'll occasionally execute Operation Sea Lion, which is pretty scary overall. I think we'll cancel that long run air units. We'll deal with them later when we've got less pressing concerns. If I'm correct, yeah, there we go. So we're gonna give them, our heavy tanks are gonna be primarily used for defense, so we're not really gonna worry about piling on the engine upgrades and stuff like that, because I don't intend to have them move a lot. Oh yeah, okay. And we'll start to build infantry divisions faster as we produce them. I imagine our aircraft production is very high at this time as well. So, pretty good strats there. Let's go look. So, oh yeah, we're building medium bombers and light aircraft as fast as humanly possible. So let's see. Yeah, in 160 days we pump out this stuff. In 100 days we pump out. Oh wow. Yeah, so that practical is really high. So I suppose we'll just keep those airplanes in production. Oh, we must have finished something really big. The reason I'm only building these infantry divisions one at a time is because pretty soon we're going to have superior firepower, and that's going to allow me to strap more artillery to my land divisions. And so I don't have a great desire to have to replace all of that shortly. What I also want to know is why I don't have more light tanks being built. Because I haven't mixed them in. Oh, and we get our agriculture advance, so cool beans. I'm gonna throw this guy out here to more bonus research. Build more tactical bombers. And that'll be it for tactical bomber production for now, I think. Because, like I said, we have other priorities. Same goes for the tank divisions. I'm not really in a big hurry to get those built in big long lines that I don't have to look at, because pretty soon we're going to strap 2 self-propelled artillery brigades to them, and I won't be in need of all the single built. I also should probably build self-propelled artillery just out of course. So you got 5, 10 built into 5, maybe 3, get 30 of them. Sounds good. Industrial efficiency, that'll make our stuff build faster as it has all game. And let's see, I don't really see much use in that, so we'll get to researching Blitzkrieg. So yeah, see, our officer ratio is almost to an acceptable level. So that's nice. Okay, let's see what we got down here in the Black Sea. We've got one really good submarine, one real junky submarine, two real junky submarines, and nothing else. Okay, so that's probably a sufficient amount. How many subgroups have we got here? Okay, and they haven't... Oh, there we go. So, German landing in Trondheim in March. So we'll stick these guys up here. I just want to see if I've got another really good submarine laying out here. Yeah, we do. Right? Okay, yeah, perfect. So Pavlovich gets an excellent submarine little hunter group. And that should be sufficient for what we want to do there. These guys will go in Tallinn. I imagine we should have another pretty decent group of submarines down here in the Baltic. But I could be wrong. Oh man, it looks like I screwed up somewhere and stuck two of the 17-kilometer guys. So we got the 10th Navy and the 30th Flotilla. Okay, and then these guys need to join their army group. And I'll just stick one of the old guys on him. Beckman. Okay, so that was a little more complicated than needed to be. Okay, mechanical computing machine. A little bit too much there. I'm just gonna try to go back to the old tried and true plan of have two things researching in there, and then we'll go over to the other end. Interception tactics. I want to have that org. Oh, and Germany conquered Luxembourg. But that's not good. Luxembourg is gone now. They're making headway in Norway. Norway really has no ability to defend itself, but if they get distracted down in there, does Germany, then they can be held up for quite a while. Alright, so we got two there, two there, two there. Time to start getting other things done. Now, when Hitler invaded France through Belgium, as per the old World War I Schlieffen plan, Stalin is supposed to have said, "My God, France, look at how fast France fell. They're gonna beat our brains in." And, well, they kind of did. We'll just keep pumping multi-role fighters out of here while we're at it. I think we're building enough tanks for it for its efficiency's sake. So more rifle divisions. They're moving kind of slow over here, Germany. Oh, there we go. So the invasion of the Netherlands and Belgium begins. They're not going to cross through Switzerland or take on the Maginot Line. So, good to know that. Usually the French AI screws this up worse than the French did in real life. What happened to the French is they got stuck in Belgium somewhere and the Germans just wrapped around them and went to Paris. What actually happens in the game usually is that the French army gets stuck somewhere around Chaumont, and then just completely loses because there's no army blocking them from Paris at all. So the Netherlands will fall shortly. They're making short work of them. Anti-tank barrel and sights. Okay, so we'll just start there. Well, I already researched that because I was not paying attention at one point. Cast ground crew training, back to pilot research, and we built a cast bomber, so... And I really like building casts, mainly just for historical purposes, because the Soviet Union built a crap ton of cast bombers. That was like their favorite thing in the whole wide world. We got radar and supply transportation. So there's that. I guess we can upgrade that radar now. I guess that's fine by me. We'll put a little bit of radar in Leningrad, in Vitebsk, how about Smolensk? Yeah, I don't want it to be too close to the front line because that'd just be bad. Kursk and Sevastopol, I think that'd be good. How much does it cost? Oh, it's cheap. It's not important. Mainly because my, earlier on, you'll note, I built quite a lot of tank. So it covers me. Oh yeah, back to the war. Supply organization. So Belgium's actually holding out, it looks like, at least a little bit. The Netherlands are already gone. But, oh, there goes our superior firepower. So, goody. And the Spearhead Doctrine. Excellent. And we'll get Schwerpunkt, which just means, Spearhead. So, wow, what is Belgium doing? Maybe Germany got really distracted somehow? I don't see anything to distract them, so kudos to whatever's going on over there. Alright, now we get to build the Destructo Division. Isn't that a beautiful sight? Grand Battle Plan. Mass Assault. We're getting a lot of officers here, so that's nice. National Decisions. This one Hitler actually didn't like very much, but they claimed Bessarabia from Romania. And Romania was in pretty crappy shape at the time because King Carol was trying to keep Romania out of the war, more or less. But his popularity was destroyed because Hitler kept trading off bits of Romania to different countries. And Romania really couldn't stop anybody from doing that. And so there we go. So there's... Bulgaria got a little bit, Hungary got a huge chunk of it, and now Romania is like drastically reduced. So, and they ended up joining the Axis because they were sick of being chopped up by different Axis powers. Wow, they've stalled. You don't see that every day. Stick these guys in Hanko. Let the Finns take care of feeding all my submarines. Brest-Litovsk in particular was pretty important to the start of the war. Oh, cool! We get a positive event. Oh yeah, infantry. I don't like sticking troops right up against this river here, primarily because they end up getting stuck, and then they die, and That's not good. You don't want that for your troopos. So best for it not to happen. Having the extra brigades attached does make the divisions more expensive, but it makes them a heck of a lot more effective as well, so really no problem or reason not to do it. And we put our paratroopers in Kiev because I need to. And we'll keep putting a few more tactical bombers out just because they are really nice. And we're gonna have airfields. Oh, we're getting descent. We're getting descent. Go away, descent. Okay, there we go. Whoa. Too many supplies. Okay, that's a little better. Are the brave Belgians still holding? Wow. Okay, there they go. I was gonna say, well played, Belgium. They held on for a long time. Maybe they're gonna keep holding on. Kudos to Belgium. They are gonna fall now, but maybe France is actually gonna, for the first time I've ever seen this game be played, maybe they're gonna mount an effective defense. Because part of an effective defense of France would be to get up into Belgium and aid them in a static defense, which is something that you would see. You would end up seeing something like this going, where you use this river line for cover. Because the Maginot Line is right here behind Luxembourg. So you would just hide behind your Maginot Line, move troops into Belgium, call it a day, have a smoke and a pancake. Oh, they're still holding out. I don't know what to think. It's still, yeah, they're still being built. Good, good. How are they doing in Norway? They're about to get Norway. And that's a heavy armored division. Yep, we already put one there though. Go over a city. So Germany conquered Norway. America declares a stab in the back. Italy's declaring war on France, and Germany is not yet in France. There they go. So they conquered Belgium. Now they're making their way into France. We'll see if it was the brave Belgians or... I got really distracted. If it was the brave Belgians or just the French actually being competent for once. It appears to maybe have been competency, which is a rare sight. Human wave. That's all well and good. We need operational level control. Leon Trotsky was assassinated by his gardener in Mexico, who ended up getting a special award from Russia, even though they said they had nothing to do with it. Trotsky, famous for being one of the main opposition figures to Stalin when he was getting started in his lead up to taking power. That should provide us with enough tanks that I won't need to deal with it anymore. Alright, France, competency. Now, well, it's okay if they bend, they just can't break. Otherwise, they're gonna go right down the tubes. No, they're breaking. The Maginot Line's been overrun. I'm still not gonna move these guys into position because there's no reason to yet, and it's easier to just lay down new divisions on the line than scoot everything across. Bulgaria joins the Axis. That's no fun. Alright, so you can sort of see the defense I'm gonna go for probably starting to develop. I am gonna have to line this junk out here from time to time. Switzerland is no longer aligning towards the Comintern. Whatever shall we do? But I want to try and get these kind of junky divisions some aid. France should be about to fall. We go back over there and look. Yep, Paris is about to fall. The Schlieffen plan actually called for the wrapping to happen like this and go to Lille, and then come around. Guess we're not seeing that this time. No Schlieffen plan for the AI Germans. Oh, Blitzkrieg advance. Hooray. But yeah, they're definitely not gonna make it. Italy's actually taking quite a bit of France too, but they're going for Marseille. We'll see if they link up. Yeah, that's gonna be the end. That's gonna be the end. You can see how Paris could be used as a defensive front in an emergency, because it does. France is pretty well lined out to use a river defense like that, but your country can't sustain itself if you lose that much of it. Slowly encircling. So the Belgians almost made this happen. I was kind of worried I was going to have another Let's Play get completely botched by the AI going full ahistorical, but... Oh, and there's Paris going down, so now it's just a walkover. They even have little rebellions occurring, I guess, or paratroopers. And there's the fall of France. So France surrenders. Britain is left alone in the war. I don't know what's going on with those little occupation zones. But such is the end of France. Vichy France gets Africa, but not the northern Congo area. And they also have already given Indochina to the Japanese. Sometimes there are rebellions in the Middle East as well. In Lebanon, Syria area. Sometimes also in the Palestine area. And we've got fighting in North Africa, but it looks like the Italians are losing that. Ooh, more paratroopers. Cool, cool. Cuba and the Comintern? What are you doing down there, Castro? He's not in power yet. So the Italians have already lost Ethiopia. That's not to be unexpected. Sometimes they'll get through the Suez, but I guess this is not one of those times. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of Air Force units. Yeah, we're pretty close to great Air Force. And then in our next video in the winter, we're going to move our troops forward to their full defensive positions with respect to Germany. So we're just gonna wait for Christmas here, keep lining out our troops, doing our research, trying to get good before they come in here. Also, we get some new politicians to use, which is nice. And now the war on Greece has begun, I guess. But it looks as if Greece has totally routed Italy. They took Albania. The Greeks have took Albania, humiliating the Italians. What is Italy doing this game? Germany like completely flubbed the invasion of Belgium, and Italy doesn't even get its assigned pieces of France, and I don't know. That's weird. Italy's completely fallen apart this game. So we've got, oh, we get Great Army. Cool, cool. So that's pretty helpful and nice. Just gonna try and get our lines of troops here at the border. And we're finishing out 1940, the last year of peace, most likely. Unless Hitler doesn't attack us. And then we're gonna have a really interesting time because I get to commit what was in real life a fantasy, but the book was pretty popular, Operation Icebreaker. And we'll just go ahead and put that in education. Ooh, we get another heavy armored division. I don't want to put it in Brest-Litovsk, because that's dangerous. I could probably put it in Lvov. And have it be okay. Light artillery. There we go. There's our light artillery. So you can see we're running behind on research a little bit too. It's happening faster, but we're a little slow. And that's just because I'm investing so many points into officer brigade, or into officer production, because I don't want my officer ratio to fall as low as it was for the Finnish Winter War ever again. Okay, our cast pilots are being produced. So you can see I've left some areas open just because it's for Permysl, Sanok Turka. It's so hard to get out of those areas without your retreat route being blocked. And I don't want that in my life at all. And there we go. So the USA announced Lend-Lease in the event of war. The UK is still here. They're not being invaded. This is our roundup. Italy's still like totally dropping the ball. They've especially dropped the ball in Greece. I don't know why. Greece is at war with the Axis, and it just like in real life, Italy went down into Greece and then like kind of screwed it up, and Hitler had to come save him. But he didn't completely lose Albania to the Greeks, so there's that. So that's the situation that the world is in as we head into 1940.